Hello everyone. Today I'm going to showcase the powerful capabilities of Totango Revenue Center, which brings a financial component to the customer success department. When you log in, you actually have the Revenue Center already available to you. So you have some information on the top right based on your portfolio. But to navigate to the Revenue Center itself, you click on the Revenue Center tab on the left, and it'll expose the Revenue Center's financials. So you will actually be by default brought to the current quarter. So currently we're in Q2, we're at the end of Q2 and actually tells us how many days we still have to go. I'm going to quickly overview the icons at the top. So there's an icon that shows me that I have overdue renewals. That means the date for renewal has not been updated. Also, I have some accounts that need a renewal date set. There's a little telescope icon that allows me to set my forecast. There's a set goal icon. I can also download this financial information, and I can also go to settings, which allows me to predefine my financial information before I start using the Revenue Center. So I can actually choose if my fiscal years, if I'm going to be looking at periods that are monthly or quarterly, what is the start of my financial year and what financial year I'm in. I can also decide how to calculate my churn. Some companies do it differently. We have a couple of options for you. So churn based on total ARR, so lost ARR divided by starting ARR, and churn based on renewable ARR. There's other settings here that you can manipulate and adjust based on your preferences. Additionally, at the very bottom, you can actually select two key attributes that you can filter your data by. In this particular case, we're looking at the journey stage and success manager, but these can be completely customizable to you. Maybe you want to segment by the type of customer or their tier, so it allows you a lot of flexibility here as well. So I'm going to click out of that and go back to the actual view within the Revenue Center. So since I've already filled out the forecast, I also have all this updated information for me. So I have my renewable information. 45 out of my 167 accounts are in renewal. This is the total revenue representation out of the total. And I also see how many opportunities I have. So I have forecasted to win some opportunities, but they haven't been won yet. And I also have customers at risk. So it really allows the whole team and the whole organization to have a really close watch as to the performance and how the team is tracking against that performance. A couple of tabs here. So by default, I can see all accounts, but I can also switch to my accounts if I'm only looking at my particular portfolio. And I can also filter by the journey stage and the success manager. So these are the filtering capabilities that you can predefine in your settings originally when you set up the Revenue Center. Now, scrolling a little bit further down the page, I have a summary screen of all my information. So quarter to date, I have all of my numbers. So I have my starting ARR, I have my upsell ARR, lost, and growth, and what's my ending ARR. I also have my forecast. So this is what my team has forecasted to happen this quarter. And I also have a goal. So a goal is something that an executive typically for the company would set up. It's something that the team should be striving for. I can also see my quarterly versus goal, so I can see how I'm doing. So it looks like as far as the upsells, my goal is 75K, and my forecast is 70. So I'm still 50K short of my forecast. So that's not good because we're 3 days away from the end of the quarter and we still haven't met our goals for the upsells. I also have information for my lost ARR. So it looks like this is what my forecast was, and this is are my goals. So it looks like I forecasted to lose a little bit more than I'm losing at this point. I also have the same for growth and my ending ARR. So hopefully my ending ARR is going to be higher than my starting ARR, and that's typically what we're striving for and working to achieve as a team. So at the end of it, you can actually look at the performance analysis that gives you some percentages as well. So you can see your renewal rate, you can see your net retention rate, your churn rate, and logo churn. And that can actually show you also the difference between where you should be based on your goal and what you have forecasted for that particular quarter. If I need to forecast from here, I can actually look at the little telescope, and go into this page. So right now everything is forecasted, but if you do need to forecast, all of the accounts that need forecasts would actually display here. And if I go back to the Revenue Center again, I can actually transition to the next quarter when I'm ready and start forecasting for that next quarter. There's a couple of other tabs here for breakdowns. So I can actually see per CSM how my team is doing. So there's a summary and how everyone's doing as far as their net retention rate, their growth rate, all of the other metrics that are important. And then I can also look at some trends. So I can look at my net retention rate, I can look at my revenue trends, and my upsell and renewable revenue. So in summary, the Revenue Center allows the team and the organization to really keep a close eye on the financial numbers. Customer success departments are typically responsible, if not for the upsells, they're responsible for the renewable revenue. And this gives everybody a complete snapshot and visibility into how the team is doing. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope this session was valuable.